Like, there's a reason why, even though Krishan, she's very problematic, there's a reason why she's a fan fave, okay? Shorty funny. Like, you can't deny that. She's funny. She could fight. And she's just funny, yo. And that's just...
You gassing her too much.
She's problematic. I said that, but she's funny. There's something funny about her erratic
she not funny
behavior.
No more. She lost her funny throne.
Well, she's not on the show anymore, so I mean, of course.
Yeah, she's not funny. No, she's been not funny. When she went to jail, all the funny was gone. It went to jail with her. Funny locked up, never came out.
This the kind of beat to go, this the kind of beat to go, this the kind of beat to go, rock, top, top.
Welcome back to another episode of the Petty Headquarters. I'm your host, Tiana Locke, and this is
Jessie Strange.
And today we are back at it again with another motherfucking Baddies recap.
Yes, ma'am.
The videos you guys love so much. And today we are going to be recapping episode 5 and 6. So it's definitely going to be one of those episodes.
Yeah, I'm excited. So, but before we begin, if you guys are new, welcome to the Petty Headquarters. We cover reality TV, Zeus Network,
celebrity drama, entertainment gossip, all that jazz. So
if you're new, subscribe, and welcome. Join the conversation.
Yes. So today, let's just get into our weekly dose of mess.
Yes.
I know last episode we talked about DDG. So now we're going to give the people what they want, which is baddies. God, I feel like we haven't covered baddies in so long.
You know why? Because the last baddies recap was you by yourself.
Oh my God, yeah, that's right.
I'm back, baby. Yeah, and we're here to keep the balance.
You're back. That's what it is. I was like, why does it feel like it's been so long?
Yeah, because the last time she was by herself, okay, I wasn't here to say a lot of things to clock her, especially when it came to Biggie.
Mm-hmm. So, we can clear that up today in today's episode.
Yeah, so I'm excited to get right into it.
So where episode 5 picks up is where Natalie is telling the girls who's going to be the one to watch over the newbies in this new house. And she ends up picking Tink, DTB, and Biggie, like, we had talked about, aka I had talked about, the last recap. And one of the things that Nat says is that she picked Biggie because she felt like Biggie wasn't standing on business. Now, since you want to clock me about Biggie, what do you have to say about that?
I just think it's fucked up at the end of the day that Biggie is the one staying in the house. Like, okay, I know that, she clearly thinks she's too good to fight, and we want to acknowledge that she is actually going through shit.
Right.
But everybody is going through shit on that show, right?
Yeah, but your loved one dying is a little extreme.
Yeah, no. Hey, listen, I'm not.
And then she apparently, what did she say? Her left lung.
Nah, she's missing a lung. But nah. You know what? I don't know if that's a metaphor or something, because she was smoking a blunt while she's saying that.
Oh yeah, that's true. Maybe
so
it's like her other half type shit.
Right.
Like, and maybe it's not like literally missing, Yeah, you're right. I didn't think about that.
Because, girl, how you missing a lung?
And you're smoking all the time.
And you smoking a blunt.
Right. A blunt at that. Not even a joint.
That's what I'm saying.
A blunt.
So I think that was more of an analogy. I would hope so. Like, damn.
It was metaphoric.
I mean, metaphor. But, but yeah, I still think that it's fucked up that Biggie is the one that has to stay. I think they do that shit on purpose, yo.
They do.
They do it on purpose because at the end of the day, Anna didn't stand on business last season.
And that's what I said.
But
I don't know. Clearly they got favorites in that damn house. I feel like I sound like a broken record every time I talk about Anna Mac. Okay, I'm pronouncing it right this time, y'all. Every time I talk about her, I feel like I sound like a broken record. So I'm like, you know what? I'm not going to talk about her no more.
Yeah. So I think
Not gonna talk about her no more.
It bothers me, Tink, DTB, those are perfect to stay in the house.
That makes a lot of sense.
Mhm.
But Biggie, who was there for like 3 seasons
Before Tesehki.
And
before
Anna, like, come on now.
Yeah, and Jayla was there before Biggie, but Biggie has been there more seasons than Jayla. But,
Agreed.
Jayla's grandfathered in.
Exactly. So it's like, we don't even need to talk about Jayla. Like,
yeah, whatever.
Yeah.
But anyways, then we see the van. We get introduced to the Midwest van.
Yes, that was the surprise that Natalie had for the girls. So she brought them out. You see the big matte black bus that just has Baddies Midwest on it. Looks so much better, so much nicer. Interior looks really clean and nice. Black and pink. That's just the vibe, the signature colors.
Budget went up.
Budget definitely went up. And it's so funny because as everyone is hyped about this bus and they're excited, Anna Mac in her confessional says, well, I'm not going to be on a bus anyway. Catch me in the PJ, the private jet. And I was like,
people are so quick to talk about Biggie being entitled, but like that's giving entitled. And this is the same thing when I brought it up with Smiley, when Anna was quick to say, oh, I'm the only baddie going to these award shows. What other baddie? Like, bitch, you are so delulu. Like, it's really crazy that this world of baddies has really amplified this ideology of yours that you're, and this is with all due respect, that you're kind of bigger than what you are. Because honestly, without baddies, there is no Anna Mac, right? Like there is, like if you look at Hi, My Name's T, she's on Netflix. You look at DJ Sky, she's touring with French Montana and Young Money, whatever, Money G, whatever, YG.
She just DJ'd for Stunner Girl 2 in her performance the other day.
Yeah.
Dope.
Like, you got all these people, Biggie, doing Biggie,
I mean, Cardi B did send her some stuff, so let's not too much on Biggie.
Anyways, but Anna Mac, it's like you're not even doing music. You're a video vixen for DDG in the background being what you do best, and that's just a baddie. And that's fine, but the fact that you're talking about, oh, I'm a private jet girl, I don't do the van, like, okay.
Yeah, I'm leaving this one up to you because I feel like they've had enough of me.
Of me, yeah, of you.
Yeah, of me saying how I feel because I'm over it.
Yeah, no, she's just annoying.
But isn't she? And that's my thing. Like, I thought you are like an artist and a musician. Shouldn't you be making music?
She hasn't. What song have you heard?
Making no music. This should have been your time to make music. Like,
that's what I'm saying.
You could have blew up on TikTok a mad long ago. Like, this is your second season now. Where's the music at, Anna?
No music. There's literally nothing, because at the end of the day, I feel like this goes back to the same thing again, that she's so caught up in that baddies wave that she really believes that she's really that girl.
Yeah.
And honestly, if you're not Natalie Nunn, you're not that girl. For like, you are a part of the Baddies franchise, yes, and I'm not taking that away from you, but outside of Baddies, there's nothing.
Well, agreed. So the girls finally decide to head out to the club. And one thing I did realize is that as they're getting ready, I'm noticing that each and every single one of the girls, including the newbies, seem to have their own glam team with them, which is interesting. They're getting hair and makeup. Like, I saw Emma getting her makeup. I'm realizing that, and usually on past seasons, not everybody that's a part of the cast gets their own like glam team or gets their own glam done, their hair and makeup. Usually that's like the OGs or people who can afford that, or Natalie. Like, not everybody comes with their own team. So I noticed that when they were getting ready to go out, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. Budget definitely went up because newbies are getting their own glam done too. Like, that's very interesting.
Yeah, that is interesting. And I think as they should, because I mean, if Baddies Caribbean was the biggest season and this is supposed to be bigger, you would hope that the money's going back into the production. So.
Right, because in past seasons, they never did that.
Right, so. Exactly. But we did also see here that Ivory wasn't going to go out because she went to urgent care.
Oh, yeah, with her lip. Oh, my God, with her lip, yo. Why was she sitting with that Band-Aid on her lip? I know you were tight about that.
I was so mad
You
about
were
that
tight about
Band-Aid.
that.
Oh my God.
We
Like,
never
that
got
shit-
to discuss that.
That shit is not cute, bro.
That's why she went to urgent care.
Yeah, she should have been gone. Not walking around with that damn Band-Aid till it got infected. Do you know how nasty that shit gotta be?
Oh my
to
God, did it get infected?
Yeah, that's why she went to urgent care. Yeah.
All right. So as the girls are on their way, you know, Summer being Summer, she's popping her shit as usual. And she's just talking. And I think her and Jasmine start going back and forth a little bit.
Mhm.
It's really stupid. I mean, it's just like petty shit. I don't know. I don't even know why that started.
I don't even know either, but I do know that on their way there, Jasmine mentions how she was banned from this club that they were going to.
That's right.
Which I think is pretty cool when it comes around full circle. When you're
Right.
banned from somewhere, you're like, here, back, but with a booking, and they have no other choice but to let you in.
I know. That's crazy. She did mention that. You know, honestly, I look at Jasmine sometimes as just like, I forget about her. I feel like she's forgettable.
And
So-
Yoshi, who the fuck is Yoshi?
Oh my, I was really looking at her in today's episode like, yo, bitch, you really are like a fly on the wall. Like, you're really forgettable. Like, you need to, I don't know,
I don't know, but
I don't know.
if y'all ever gotten banned from a place before,
You've gotten banned.
I've
times.
gotten banned from places
Just-
before. Listen, so I really felt for Jasmine. Like, imagine me going back to those places, yo. Imagine, that's an ego boost right there. Like, yeah, bitch, and what?
How
I'm back.
many places in total have you gotten banned from?
Not many. I said like
Okay.
3.
Okay.
Not bad.
3? You sure it's 3? I think it's more than 3.
Get out of here. Stop counting your fingers. It's 3.
It's okay. So the bank.
Wow. Wow, yo, you mentioning the band.
That's 4. Because clearly you didn't clock
crazy.
that one. I'm not gonna say which one, but clearly that's 4.
Okay.
I feel like there's a
All
lot
right,
of
no,
places.
let's hear it. Let's hear it. It was 4.
Give the people a good chance to
Fuck
know
outta
you, Jesse.
Anyway, shout out to Jasmine for getting booked at the place she was banned from.
No, for real. And it's so funny because as they're on the bus, you can tell Natalie loves when Summer pops her shit because, I mean, at this point, she's made for TV. On my mama.
She does love her, bro.
On her mama. Like, so they get to the club, and as they're walking in, a random fucking stranger sneaks Summer, yo.
Mhm.
I'm telling you, Summer just is like the show this season. Like,
think
she
so?
really is. Listen, all the newbies are great. I think Bad Dolly, Big Lex, and Summer, and I know they're like a trio, right? I feel like those 3
Yeah.
are making the season.
Mm-hmm.
For real. Like,
Yeah.
but Summer is just something about her. She's
She's
so
funny,
like,
bro.
no, for real.
She funny and annoying, and
Oh,
that's the
annoying.
best part.
OD annoying. She really don't care.
She does not care.
She doesn't. She doesn't.
It's amazing.
But it's wild that this random girl snuck her. Like, I don't even know who this was.
yeah, apparently she was following her before or some shit like that. Anyways, yeah, that was weird. But you know what? That's really what Baddies attracts. Like, it's so corny. Like, that girl really thought she ate by
She
sneaking
really
Summer.
did. And like, what did you think? You thought you were gonna get on the show the way Summer got on the show for sneaking Mariah? Like, is that what you thought was gonna happen?
Maybe. But
like,
Summer handled it well.
she did.
And she didn't give a fuck.
No.
So this was a sold out show. Natalie
Right.
performs, Jaden performs, Biggie performs,
DTB performs.
Tesehki, and DTB, but they had cut her part off and she decided to go a cappella.
Oh,
and
yeah.
she killed it.
She did kill that. I'm not gonna lie. She did. She ate that. And I love Jaden's performance, of course. Natalie fucking performing her song. Yo. Honestly, whatever, I guess that's her brand. That's her moneymaker. She thanked everybody for making it go viral on TikTok and all this stuff. And I mean, as she should, Baddies, pose for me, right? I mean, it's a popular song. So whatever, she performed her song. I was hyped when Jaden performed her song because that's still my shit. I'm a bad little bitch. I'm still like Ivory. That's my shit, yo. I don't care what anyone says. I'm surprised she didn't perform the other one, Stewie, though. I love that one.
I know you do.
I love the way you love me.
Rolly performed too.
Nobody gave a shit about Rolly.
Yo,
Nobody gave a shit about Rolly's
The
performance.
funniest part though was the old lady in the back booing her. You remember that shit?
Yes, I remember. Didn't she throw something at her too?
I think she threw water.
She threw water.
water.
She did, right?
Yes.
That shit was mad funny. I'm not gonna lie. When Rolly started performing, I was like, bitch, ain't nobody give a fuck about you. Like, stop, shut the fuck up. Stop. Right?
No, but
so it was so funny when I saw that random old lady boo her in the back and throw water. Because it's like,
going that hard.
because no, Rolly, like, I give it up to Rolly, man. I mean, I don't know.
Nah, that shit was funny. Shout out to the lady booing because I feel like she was a martyr for the people.
Yes,
you know what I mean?
was.
Like she was thrown out, right?
Yep,
but
yep.
she took that L for the people.
She did. she did what needed to be done. She
did.
Understood the assignment.
She sacrificed her ticket.
Because I'm not gonna lie, when she started performing, the way I felt, I wasn't even there, but the way I felt, I was just like, oh. And the fact that the lady understood that and booed her and threw water.
That shit was funny.
You did your big one. Listen, no, we're not condoning harassment.
No, we're not.
We're not. But that was pretty funny, okay?
But it's baddies, so like they attract that energy themselves. We're just saying for entertainment purposes, it was very funny. But yeah, and then after this performance, there was a sudden cut to the house.
There was
dramatic.
It was very dramatic
music.
Yeah, it was so dramatic as hell. That's one thing I gotta say. I mean, listen, I don't know. I guess the cameras don't stay on all the time to have like a smooth transition, but we get this dramatic cut to the house where a baddie's chain is on the ground and Summer is going off and Tink is going off, and allegedly the word was that Summer was going to try and take Tink's chain.
Yeah.
And that was told to Tink by Natalie.
Which we all know Natalie lies.
Right.
A lot.
Right. So Summer was just going off basically saying that she wants her baddie chain. But there clearly was a misconception. There was a miscommunication. And of course, conveniently, there was just a cut to it. There wasn't, we didn't see what happened before. There was just a cut to it.
And then it's just Natalie word against
everyone else's.
Yeah.
Literally. So, and honestly, this whole situation that happened between Summer and Tink, I do feel like Natalie was in on this. I feel like it was her idea. And I also feel like she presented this idea to Tink, and Tink was also in on it. And they just did this together because fuck it, it's TV, right? And Tink, at the end of the day, I don't want to call her a lapdog, but you know, she's in with the OGs now, and she is kind of like a servant to Natalie. Yes, she still is her own woman, but Natalie at the end of the day is her boss, and Tink wants to make money, right? So of course, whose side is she going to be on? Natalie's, right? So I do believe that this is something that they conspired together. So,
yeah, I mean, I agree completely. I mean, I don't know. It was just, I guess, convenient that there was no cameras on, but eventually they get into a fight. And Tink karate kicks Summer. That shit had me fucking crying.
It was random because so let's explain the situation for, I guess, people that don't know, even though obviously you know if you're watching or listening to this. The chain is on the ground, right? Tink is going off talking about, you say it's gonna take my baddie chain. You gonna take my baddie chain. Take it. It's on the ground. Take it. Summer said, I never said that. And Tink is still going off like, you say you're going to take it, you're going to take it, da-da-da. So they're just going back and forth. Everybody's just confused. Natalie's like, yeah, you said it. You said you were going to take Tink's baddie chain. She's just like egging it on.
For sure.
And at this point, this is where Tink decides to, fight Summer, but security breaks that up extremely quick. It doesn't really go anywhere. The baddie chain stays on the ground.
Yeah.
No, nothing goes anywhere with that little incident.
It was so random. And honestly, this is after the club. So I feel like, these girls are drunk.
Right.
At the end of the day.
It was given that.
And I feel like Natalie capitalizes on that because it's, you don't remember. You were drunk. This is what you said.
Yeah, exactly. And that's when Summer said that she wanted her own chain. She never said she wanted to take Tink's chain. And then this is the next day. Sitting in the dining area or wherever the fuck they are is Bad Dolly, Summer, and Natalie. And as they're recapping everything, Natalie is telling Summer that she said these things and she said that she never said that. Then she says she doesn't remember. Then Bad Dolly's sitting in on this, listening to it and kind of trying to figure out like what was said. Did you say it? Did you not? Then, like you said, Natalie calls Tink in to see like how we can resolve this situation. Tink walks in And immediately, it's just like she goes off on Summer. Summer's trying to explain herself, but doesn't really get to talk much because then Tink goes, da, 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 bah.
Yeah.
Slapped her immediately and then takes the wig.
And Summer I felt like Summer didn't want to fight. Like, it was never, like, I feel like when Summer really feels like the other people are in the wrong, she's ready to fight whether she loses or not. It didn't feel like she wanted to fight Tink because I feel like she genuinely didn't feel like she said that.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like,
right. That's the energy that I got as well.
Like, it was just like, I don't really know what's happening. This is production, but I'm you know what I mean? Like, but I'm just gonna do it. Because the fact that they made up immediately after and Tink was like, okay, you know, we're gonna baddies, whatever. This is it. It just felt weird. Like,
but that's why I feel like this was conspired. Like, Nat and Tink kind of like decided to do this, and it was like her little initiation type shit. Because obviously it seems like they fuck with her.
Yeah, they do.
But at the same time, it's like, let's see if you can really be a
pick on her.
Exactly. So that's what it felt like to me. Like, it was them just picking on her and being annoying, but also just this weird, you know, the weird cult like initiation shit. It just felt like a weird setup.
Summer didn't really fight her back.
No, she didn't.
Honest.
She didn't. She kind of just went upstairs, and this is when she goes upstairs with Bad Dolly, and she's just upset about the whole thing. And you said that you were shocked that Summer backed down that easily. Like you had mentioned.
Exactly, because it just felt weird. Because with everything else, Summer's ready to go 3-4 rounds.
Yeah,
and not being whether she loses every time, it doesn't matter.
That's true.
But this one, it was just like, she did what she had to do and then wanted to stop. She didn't even want to fight. It was weird.
But one thing I did want to say and call out is that when they were upstairs, Summer and Bad Dolly was saying that she said it. That Summer said that she was going to take Tink's chain even though
she wasn't there.
Exactly. So, Bad Dolly, why would you say that if you weren't even there? Yeah. That's just a little confusing to me.
It just gives that she wants approval to be from the OGs.
Exactly. And that's why I just feel like this whole thing was a setup. And Bad Dolly, you're moving like a puppet. You were probably in on this too. Okay? And at the end of the day, that's really what it is. Natalie's puppet master.
I don't know if she was in on it, but I think she just wants to say the right things to fit in with the right crowd.
Okay,
you know what I'm saying?
I could see that, but I definitely feel that Tink and Nat def in on it. Def in cahoots.
Tink is interesting, right? We see her from last season and now, and to see how she's moving and she does it so well, because last season too, she does it almost like in a way where it's almost digestible. You know, there's some people like, who can I say is like, was like, okay, E.T. was like, not, it wasn't digestible how much of like a lapdog she was, right? Like you said, go doggy, and she barked and she let, you know what I'm saying? But it was
go doggy is crazy.
But like, no, for real. And it hurt to watch. But with Tink, she does it in such a talented way where it's almost like, I see what you're doing, but it's not that, like,
I'm not mad at it.
I respect it. It's almost like DJ Sky how she does it. You know what I mean? Like, you can see she does things and it's a little bit like, you know, lapdoggy, but like, I'm not mad at it. I get it.
Yeah. So then obviously, you know, Summer comes back down. They all are sitting at the table. They talk. And that's when Summer, again, saying the same thing that she already said. And then they make up. And then Tink is just like, okay, here's your wig. And it's just like, you know, it was very quick where you can tell that Tink, there was no beef.
No beef.
There was no beef. They probably just did this shit just to do it. Like, that's what it gave. So, I mean, they make up and that was that. Yeah. And then we cut to the next scene where it's Big Lex and Jaden Emma and Jaden Alexis, right? Big Lex and Emma were talking first in this scene, and then Jaden comes out, and then they're all talking, okay? And honestly, you know, Jaden's asking them, like, what's the issue? First, she starts with Big Lex, like, and then, you know, Big Lex is talking about the situation with Jayla, how she felt, and that was simple. But one thing I do want to say, Big Lex in her confessional said, Jayla, you and your speeches gotta go.
Yes.
Heavy on it. You and your speeches gotta go. Because honestly, yo, I feel the same way. And when she said that, I'm like, yo, you took the fucking words right out of my mouth. I'm tired of you acting like you holier than thou, bitch. Like, I'm over it. Like,
you know what I really fuck fuck with about Big Lex is that she represents a lot of what the audience feels, right? There's a group of us in the audience because they like to say, oh, you're just a fan to Emma and you're just an audience looking in. You don't really know us to Big Lex. That's what they say.
Right.
But it's funny because it still represents a people who are watching the show who can't say anything from behind the screen. And like they're out there like fucking warriors representing our point of views.
Exactly.
So it's like funny because it's the truth. Whether she knows you or not, this is what we're seeing.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly. So I really fucked with it. And I'm like, yo, heavy on your speeches gotta go, bitch. Cause I'm over it. I'm over the fucking holier than thou look. I'm over your righteous than thou speeches every chance you get. Pack it up. Oh my God, pack it up. So I really love that she said that. I fucked with that. And then we go on to Emma and she mentions her issues with Scotty.
Yep.
And, you know, Emma basically says that she's mad that Scotty took her wig, which I found very interesting because I'm like, wait, but you
started it.
Right. How are you going to be mad about the wig? I guess she's like, but you ripped my wig though. You didn't just take it. You ripped it. It's like, but I mean, on this show, you got to be prepared for anything, especially if you called her out.
Do you really want me to say what I feel when she said that?
Say it.
Because honestly, you see, like, I get it. When Bianca did it to Sapphire, right? It was fucked up when she threw the wig in the toilet. But Sapphire got upset, right? Mm-hmm. But she never once said, you got to get me another wig, right?
Didn't she say that? I could have sworn she said that.
Did she?
I could have sworn she said that.
Did she? Because
No, she didn't.
I was going to say.
I think she said she's just going to get another one.
She's just going to get another one, right? Yeah. And I feel like when Emma says, not only is she mad that Scotty reacted to the way she, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, to the way the argument Emma started. Mm-hmm. You can't get mad at the way people react to that. But then also it's like, sis, yeah, even if you feel that way, don't say it out loud because you're giving broke. Like, you know what I mean? Like for real. Like, you're with Baddies. Even if you got to put it on the credit card, don't say it. Don't say it loud. Don't say you got to get me another one to make it better because at the end of the day, all it's giving, these people love to pocket watch each other and love to flex on each other. So you saying that just makes it look like, oh, it's a money thing. You know what I mean? And it is, just keep that one to yourself. That one could have been, kept to yourself. That's all I gotta say about that. You know what I mean? That was just it. That was just that.
Lock it up and throw away the key.
Yeah, you gotta know how to present yourself in front of these people. Even if you're hurting in the pockets, don't tell them that. Don't tell them that.
Well, then right after that, Scotty walks in, people. She walks in, and then, Jaden, before Scotty even walks in, Jaden is like trying to be peacemaker, talking about, well, if you get to know her, you still think you won't, and then Emma's just like not really trying to hear all that. In the midst of that, Scotty walks in, and they go back and forth and argue. Scotty is just like, okay, well, you sound like a fan, saying the same thing that, they were arguing about, and boom. They fight again. Now, I just find it very funny that cameras were out. Y'all captured 3 different angles. It was mad niggas in that room with mad cameras. You telling me as soon as Emma fights Scotty, conveniently we just see the ceiling?
They just go up.
Y'all had one job. You cameramen, people, whoever the fuck y'all are, had one job. And you disappointed me. You disappointed me. In the words of Tink, of course. You disappointed me. Like, I was actually really upset about that. Because I'm like, yo, when we were watching the scene, there were I saw mad people in the room with cameras and lights.
No, for real.
We had 3 different angles. Why? Where's the other side? Where's the other side? We saw one side only. Where's the other fucking side? Y'all have one job. Y'all get paid to record.
Yo, low key, high key, they have the footage.
They do. Scotty lost.
Exactly.
Fuck out of here. Scotty lost. And even Tink, you can tell Tink kind of in a way solidifies that on the bus in this newest episode that just dropped. Because she was like how, she got her ass beat. Emma was like, you got your ass beat. And they're like, no, she didn't. Not the first time. And I was like, because the second time she got her ass beat, right? Oh my God. That really pissed me off because I was like, y'all really have one job and y'all have one job. Like fucking Tommy Lee said, to hold the light and the camera. That's what you get paid to do, to hold it like, and you fuck that up.
Or Lemmy is protecting Scotty's image, because if you have 3 people in there, theoretically speaking, someone caught the footage, right? Like in theory, it's really hard to miss that. All 3 times, the probability. I'm a math girl. Three people missing that? I don't think so. I just feel like it was edited that way on purpose to protect Scotty's image.
So right after this, the show takes us to the scene where Biggie, DTB, and Anna, I think Tesehki as well, they're outside talking. And Anna is still crying about the same shit about Biggie not standing up for her and how she's not fighting for her. And Biggie is just trying to explain to her, like, if I don't want to fight, I don't want to fight. What is this whole thing about me not fighting for you? Like, it's really ridiculous at this point, like unnecessarily. So that whole thing is happening. Do you want to say anything about that? Or because I know I had my opinions on that, and you, the last time, felt that Biggie should be standing up for Anna.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know. I don't think, there's a difference between fighting her battles for her and then just, being like, yo, shut the fuck up. Or, you don't have to join the fight to stand up for me. You know what I mean? You could say something. Like, actions are more than just fighting. It's more than just, it could be like, yo. Like, you don't have to get involved. But the fact that you're just standing there and watching, and you're supposed to be my sister, I can understand that. I can understand why Anna feels that way. And then, especially with what we're already seeing as far as, Biggie went to the reunion last season and said, I'm not fighting. And then it's just this idea like, okay, I understand you don't want to fight, but then not standing up for me either when we're supposed to be together. Like, we're now a thing, us trio, right? Tesehki, Anna, and Biggie. So it's like, how is it that Tesehki can show, that, can show that without having to fight, but Biggie can't?
I don't know. I just feel like it's childish. Like, I don't get it. Because like I said before, there's been many times where Anna, listen, y'all gonna be like, I'm biased towards Biggie. Okay, I'm gearing up to give you a biased answer. Okay. There has been many times, and this is the truth, there has been many times, like I said in the past episode, where Anna was not fighting Biggie's battles. She wasn't. And even right now, are you fighting the network that's constantly making her look dumb? You're not. So what are you talking about? Oh, Biggie, you ain't fight for me. You ain't fight for me. What the fuck is your problem? And why does everyone need to fight for you? Why does everyone need to fight for you? I'm realizing that that's a trend. Like, what's going on? Like, Tesehki's so quick to fight for Anna and not Biggie. Like, what's up with that? What's up with that? Just because she's small? Biggie's small. She's not small, but she just can't fight. What's the difference?
Tesehki hasn't defended Biggie?
Not in the way she defends Anna. Not in that same way that she defends Anna. She will just say, Biggie, keep your head up. And Biggie still won't keep her head up and can't fight.
That's true. Or get mad at her for not fighting enough or keeping her head up.
Right. Mm-hmm. Like, she's not fighting her battles. I mean, like, did she fight Rolly? No. Like, I'm just so confused. But again, I'm not here to go in on that. But then after that, Pretty P and Jasmine Renee, they walk outside. And at this point, they join the conversation. Is Akbar there too? No, she's with Ivory and them. But Pretty P and Jasmine walk outside and join the conversation. And at this point, Biggie's crying about losing her man and, how he died and all this stuff. And it's pretty emotional. And she just said that she has a lot going on. She has a lot going on in her head. Like, she's not
herself either.
Yeah, she's not in the right mental place to be sticking up for anybody when she herself is suffering and going through a lot. So,
but it's so funny because while that's happening, Pretty P decides to not give a fuck and confront DTB.
Yo, that shit was so crazy. I was like, you couldn't wait, bitch. No. Like, you really couldn't wait. You didn't care. You was like, all right, so my issue with you is, like, what's your issue? I ain't like how you look. Like, what are we talking about? What are we talking about? And DTB is just like, okay, like what are we about to do?
Right.
Like, you know, like what's going on?
Pretty P annoys me, yo.
She does.
There's
I feel like there's nothing to her.
There's no substance. You're just
substance.
picking fights with people that, and it's random.
It is. Like, you're not even funny. And that's the thing with these bitches that think they come on this show and it's just fight. I get it. You know, majority of the show is fight. However, there needs to be some type of personality there too.
For sure.
There needs to be some type of TV talent, personality. Are you funny? Are you lit? Like, you're not even lit. I never seen you shaking ass. And if you have, I haven't seen it because they probably just didn't show us. I haven't seen you you're just not lit. You're not fun. You're not even fun. Like, you don't seem funny. Like, you seem boring. That you seem like a bitter bitch that only knows how to fight. And honestly, mama, the show is not looking for that. It's not looking for that. Like, there's a reason why, even though Krishan, she's very problematic, there's a reason why she's a fan fave, okay? Shorty funny. Like, you can't deny that. She's funny. She could fight. And she's just funny, yo. And that's just...
You gassing her too much.
She's problematic. I said that, but she's funny.
Nah,
There's something funny about her erratic
She not funny
behavior.
No more. She lost her funny throne.
Well, she's not on the show anymore, so I mean, of course.
Yeah, she's not funny. No, she been not funny. When she went to jail, all the funny was gone. It went to jail with her. Funny locked up, never came out. She not funny no more.
Oh my God. Okay.
Yeah,
you know
anyways.
Yeah,
tired of that damn bitch.
All right. So then we finally go into the scene where I don't know where these bitches are. It look like they in some type of room. I don't know what room.
The library.
Is it the library? I thought it was like a dance room. It looked like a dance room with mirrors and shit. Wooden floor.
This modern, old looking ass place.
Yo, this house looks scary as fuck.
No,
I already say it looked like I said a lot.
You got fucking Akbar, Ivory, Rolly, and
Jayla just posted up. And then, Alexis, Big Lex, goes in there and she's just like, what the fuck? Like, these bitches just...
It felt like a setup.
It did. So she was just like, I just got to be ready for whatever.
Yeah.
Of course, Akbar, I'm over her. It's giving... I already said what it's giving. I just feel like Akbar... Why are you trying to be like a house auntie or a house mom to these baddies? Like, you're not that. Like, I get it. You're older and you've been in the game. But, girl, just sit cute and watch since you're, quote, unquote, a celebrity guest. Sit cute and watch.
You know who was a good celebrity guest? Who was the white girl from
Audrey.
Audrey
or Aubrey O'Day?
Aubrey O'Day.
I always fuck it up.
Whatever. The girl from the last season, she was really good at being a celebrity guest.
Yeah.
Her confessionals were funny.
Right.
And like she really did like her best to be like, like I'm here, but like
yeah, I'm not doing all that.
I'm not doing all that.
Exactly.
Akbar is not funny.
No,
I'm sorry.
Not.
She's really not that funny. She's actually
not.
Quite annoying.
Yeah, she actually is.
I don't know why.
And it's like, she's like that, again, that's why I say she's like an old head. Like, she's like that old head that swears her jokes are funny.
And they don't hit.
They don't. Like, you're not doing what you thought you did. You're not eating. You're not giving. You're not doing anything.
I wonder what y'all think about Akbar because I feel like I'm supposed to like her. I don't know if she's like, if it's just us that feel that way.
No, there's a lot of people that don't like Akbar. I feel like Akbar's just super problematic.
Okay. Yeah. Because I'd never heard of her before this. So, like, I don't know. But I just know that, I don't know, it's just not hitting for some reason.
It's not. So she's just telling Lex, like, what's your issue with so-and-so? And she's whatever, trying to do this whole thing and
trying to coordinate the fight.
Right. And Rolly, has her little thoughts that she's saying too, like, what's the issue? And, Jazz is standing on it, what she said about Jayla. And that's that. I mean, we don't have to repeat it. That's what she said. You guys all know what she said. And in a previous episode, I said what she said. She feels like Jayla was a bully to Biggie and Gretch. And that's it. And that's all she wanted to say. Mm-hmm. She didn't want to fight Jayla. Mm-hmm. But, it gets into a heated argument. Jayla's like, you shouldn't be speaking on anything that you don't know. And
which is crazy to me. Because at the end of the day, you're on TV. You're on social media.
It's
your
public
job,
information.
It's not even that. Yes, it's public information, but even DTB said it when we saw her at her event. She said there's the show and then there's the internet. What happens after the show is what creates the fights for the reunion. It's like it has to be the internet, right? There's an algorithm to this thing. So the fact that Jayla's over here talking about when you don't even know nothing, what else are they supposed to fucking have an opinion on? Like, I don't get it. What are they just supposed to come in with an open mind and like, I don't know, just be a lapdog?
Yeah. I don't know. I really don't know what they expect at all, especially when, again, this is what you put out. This is what people are seeing. Whether it's a true reflection of you or not, this is what people are seeing. So they're going to comment on it. So, Jayla and her are arguing and, then she's like, so what are you trying to do? Like, what are we doing? What are we doing? Like, what's the smoke? What's the smoke? I'm like, this is like so extra. So then
they start playing patty cake, bro.
Yeah, that was the best way to describe it. Because Rolly, you ate that, I guess. That was the best way to describe that. Because all you heard was clapping of the hands and the fists. But you didn't see no fists or no punches connecting.
No.
They go fighting and like you don't see nothing connecting. It's just like, oh, okay. Like that was a waste.
It was funny.
That was a waste.
Felt like the WWE, all fake.
Yeah, it was just like weird.
But, again, this goes back to the same thing. I really do respect Big Lex. She is, I'm going to say, man, like she really deserves a baddie chain. She is a baddie. She's not afraid to fight no bitch. She's not afraid to stand up to the OGs. She says what she says and she stands on it. She doesn't backtrack. And I really like that because, again, there is a group of people online that she represents, like, I'm saying, in those perspectives. Jayla, we're so over her and she represents that. And the fact that you see somebody who not only represents your point of view, but then doesn't back off when she's right there in front of them. Dope.
Yo, honestly, that's well said. Big Lex, you're giving the fans what they want.
Yeah.
So you are like a martyr for us, the fans.
Absolutely.
So, well, not a martyr really, but
a soldier.
Yeah. Yeah. You're doing the work that needs to be done. You're saying what needs to be said. Because obviously we can't say it. We're not there.
Right.
And most people, even if they were there, wouldn't say it.
Thank you.
But she's not scared to say it. So I commend her for that. And you're doing justice.
And a lot of the newbies are afraid to confront the OGs because they want to be a part of the group.
Exactly.
And I think Big Lex represents a way to still be a part of the Baddies franchise without needing to cater to the OGs.
Exactly. Well said. So Ivory decides that she wants to get in her ones with Big Lex randomly in the middle of Jayla and Big Lex arguing. And Big Lex was on it. Like she was ready. She didn't miss. She didn't do any of that. She was ready with the bop, 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 1, 2, 1, 2. Yo, that first round was crazy.
Yeah.
Lex was fucking Ivory up, yo.
She held her own.
She did.
Because I'm not
heard
gonna
those
lie.
punches.
Ivory definitely
She's a bully.
can fight, but Big Lex held her own for sure.
No, Big Lex was giving her them 2-piece combos in the beginning for sure. It was like bow, 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 bow. You heard them too.
Yeah.
You heard the punches, and you saw Ivory look crazy.
Oh,
she looked crazy and was just like. And then her fucking blue wig just looked so wild on her. Like, yeah. I honestly was like, what the fuck is going on? So that was that. But then they run it again. And that brings us into the next episode, this newest one that just dropped, episode 6. And yo, they're just going at it.
Yeah.
This second round, obviously Ivory def hit her with like, a crazy 2-piece as well. But again, Big Lex, they just go at it. They're fighting.
Yeah.
They're fighting.
I think Ivory met her match.
She def did. She def did. And I feel like she thought that because Big Lex is smaller and cute and pretty. She thought that it was just shit was sweet. She thought shit was sweet.
She thought shit was sweet, but then ended up having a knot on her forehead.
And her eye looked fucking crazy. Oh my God. When I saw her eye, I was like, yo, that shit looked wild. How many times is she? Yo, I feel like we barely see her because she stayed fighting, going to urgent care. Then she stayed going, like having to get her. Like, it's a lot.
Yeah,
she showed up at the club late.
She getting beat up.
She getting beat up for real. That's why she tweeted, "These bitches is doing me in right now." She tweeted
did
something like that. Yeah, she was like how she getting her ass whipped or some shit like that.
That's actually mad funny.
Yeah, she was like how these girls are like, I forgot exactly what the tweet was, but she basically tweeted that like, yeah, she getting done up in this house.
She's from Now That's TV?
Yes.
I thought she was like a fighter. Wasn't she like a big time fighter on Now That's TV? I don't know.
Yeah.
That's what I thought I heard.
That's what she is. That's where she's from.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. She was like, oh, they tearing me up in this house or some shit like that. She had tweeted something like that. So yeah, she knew.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so she's getting done up. Ivory's getting done up this season. And honestly, I mean, it's unfortunate, but it is what it is. She's still holding her own, but at least she knows. Like, Big Lex is just not the one to play with. You thought wrong. Your calculations was wrong, okay? So Big Lex and Jayla, they're arguing again after this. And one thing I do want to point out is just like, again, Big Lex stated again what she said. She wasn't trying to argue or anything. She was like, I said how I felt, and that's it. Like, that's really it. Like, this shouldn't be a thing. Fucking Jayla's gonna sit there and say to her, you think you have merit on your opinion and you don't. And that's when Big Lex said, I do. And honestly, I want to talk about that because first of all, it's an opinion. Right. It's not a fact, you dumb bitch. Like, what merit? What merit are we talking about? You talking about, you think you have merit on your opinion? It's an opinion.
She thought she ate with using the word merit.
Yo, she really did. She really thought she ate. And I'm just like, how are you going to sit there? Yeah, okay, you may not like her opinion. That's fine. But to sit there and say someone doesn't have merit on their own opinion, bitch, she didn't say a fucking fact. She said an opinion. I don't think opinions have merit at all. Like, it's just a fucking opinion. That's the point of a fucking opinion. It's not factual. It's how someone feels. I don't think there's any merit in feelings. Like, what are you talking about?
That's so funny. It's
she
so
pissed
true.
me off when she said
pissed you
that
off.
because you see how she really be trying to.
She thinks she's smart. She thinks she's smarter than these girls. So she's like saying all these fancy things.
Holier than thou. I'm telling you, this righteous fucking attitude. And this is what I'm saying. Because you have such righteousness, you think you're so fucking righteous and better than all the girls. You think you can just spurt out a bunch of words that you think these bitches don't know. They do. Like, really, bitch? Your opinion has no merit? Come on.
What was funny was Big Lex confessional was like, Jayla's time is up.
No, for real. It's time for you to go. Like, obviously she's not gonna go, but it's just funny. It's just like, yo, I'm really, the opinion has no merit. Jayla,
sit down.
I get it. You're smart. Like, I say this all the time. You're a beautiful woman. You're smart, right? You carry elegance, I guess. But sometimes I feel like she really, really carries so much to the point where she really does look at herself as better than, and it oozes off of her, okay, when she says certain things. Because why did you feel the need to say that someone else's opinion has no merit? Do you know what that means? Or did you say that because of, again, going back to your self-absorbed, self-righteous attitude? It's weird. It's weird. So I was happy when Big Lex said, I do though. Because it's like, what the fuck? What are you talking about? And I feel like if you're not careful, Jayla will always manipulate the situation. And people like that 100%. Love to do that. They love to do that. And no, you can't do that to everybody.
That's why I said I like Big Lex, because again, when she said that, if someone was weak, they would have been like, oh, well, maybe I know you now, but on the, like, they would have over-explained themselves. Yeah,
and then they would have apologized.
Exactly.
No, fuck off. Fuck off.
That's
you
what
sound dumb.
I respect Big Lex a lot. Like, in that moment, that's where I felt like, wow, like, she really standing on it. Like, truly.
Right.
Respect it.
Right.
So yeah, then we cut into the scene where Natalie FaceTimes Tink and Scotty.
Oh, wait, before that, Tink comes in to see what happens.
Remember that?
She was like, what happened? Y'all was fighting when Tink comes in. And it was like really stupid. But one thing I did want to say about this scene, when Tink comes in and Big Lex is telling her what happened, there's one clip in there, y'all. And I'm going to just shout out. We always got to clock y'all. We got to clock the editors. We got to clock the editing team.
Oh my God. You were so mad.
Clock. I was so fucking mad. We have to clock it, okay? If we clock it about the stock footage y'all use, we clock it about the fake footage with the places they're actually in when they're not. We clock it, right? The cameras all of y'all, production, editing room. Why the fuck was it not color graded? That one little clip that y'all put in there with Tink in there with Big Lex, it was like you saw the raw S-log footage that was extremely grayed out. And obviously everybody listening and watching, you guys may not be editors, so you don't know what I'm talking about. But you saw the raw S-log footage just grayed out because obviously everything has to be color graded for it to look like how you see things in real time, for them to be saturation, for the colors to pop. And when it went to Rolly, the colors were good and it was popped, but then it went to a wide shot of that one raw file and the color was gray and ugly. Editors, get it together, y'all. Why do we have to keep clocking y'all? Like, you see? Not only do we clock the show and what's going on in the talent, but we gonna clock out editors every fucking time. Lemmy, whoever the fuck it is, I know you be watching this shit before it comes out. Or do you? I don't even know. Do you watch the shit before it comes out? Because did you not catch that?
Yo,
that shit looks so ugly. It hurt my eyes. It was an eyesore because I am an editor, so it's an eyesore. I was like, what the fuck happened to the color grading?
I'll be honest with you, it didn't bother me as much.
Of course, it didn't fucking bother you.
It didn't bother me as much as the
It should.
The B-roll.
It should bother you.
It was like a millisecond.
And that's what they thought. That's what they thought. They thought like you, and they didn't think that they'd come across people that are watching that are like me, that actually be in the editing room, okay? So that bothered the shit out of me. I mean, that was such an eyesore.
It is very lazy. They could have...
Very lazy, but that goes
It could have been a mistake.
No, because it goes back to the same thing that you had a problem with them fucking showing the statue in Puerto Rico when they was in DR. That's lazy.
It's lazy, but that's deliberately lying. Like, you know what I mean? That's deliberately multiple times lying to me about where we're at.
Also lazy.
This was
because
like,
you didn't even care to look for nothing in DR.
This was like 1 millisecond.
It really was not that quick, girl.
Without an adjustment layer.
It really wasn't that quick.
Of color correction.
Now you're being biased because you're not really an editor like that. So to you, it
no,
didn't really
you're
matter.
Right, though. You're right.
But me, I am. So of course I'm gonna see that and I'm gonna be like, what the fuck are we? What is this? Did y'all not watch this?
Yeah.
Y'all didn't look it over? I thought y'all had like a team. Do you have a team of editors or is it just like 1 or 2 people editing? I don't know what's going on, but y'all need to get it together. If anyone from Zeus is watching this, tell your fucking production team, tell the editors, whoever the fuck edits, tell them get it together because that's not the first time that's happened. Okay? It's not. But this was just like super ugly. You can see the vast difference in the raw file footage as opposed to the color graded one. And it was extremely ugly. All right.
I'm glad you got that out.
Yeah, I needed to get that out. But that's all I have to say about that. Now we can go on to when Tink is hanging out with the rest of the bitches. Who is she with? Biggie and...
when
Natalie
calls Tink and Scotty.
Yeah, Tink and Scotty are hanging out.
For some reason, Natalie seemed very tired in this. I don't know, it just felt very fake. Like, oh, there's fights. Oh, okay. Well, we need to go and get ready to get out. It was such a stupid.
Yeah, and she mentioned like, oh, this season's different. Scotty fought again. Like, wow. Like she stayed coming for Scotty, yo.
Yeah, I think she secretly hates Scotty. But yeah, so then we get into this B-roll of the girls getting ready. I did find it very awkward where Emma. That scene with Emma, she's looking directly into the camera in slow motion, smoking her vape with the smoke coming out. And I'm like, why am I so uncomfortable right now? Emma dead staring at my soul while it's in slow motion. Yeah.
So the girls get ready to go out to the club again, right? And Scotty has this fucking dog. The dog is with her. All these girls are getting on the bus and, the girls mention the dog. Like, you're going to bring your dog into the club? Like, you're going to bring your dog into the club? And this poor dog. I'm just like, this dog is everywhere, yo. This dog is in the confessional. The dog is... yeah. And then the dog be on a bus with y'all doing the most. Where is the dog? Like, does the dog have a bed on the baddie bus? Like, what?
I'm not going to lie. And this comes back. Here we go. Yep. It really bothers me. It bothers me to see the dog. I hate it. I hate people using animals as props. I'm a big animal lover and I just feel like, I just hope, that the dog has a comfortable bed and it's eating properly and that, it doesn't develop anxiety from all the chaos and the yelling and screaming that he must hear in the background when they are fighting.
Right. I wonder. I have no idea. The dog, for the most part, seems pretty chill, seems pretty sociable. But yeah, I don't bring the dog to the club, y'all. Like, this is crazy.
Well, I think they left him in the van. That he seemed like
even
he went
worse.
to the back, but because like they showed the scene where she closed him up in the back and was like, "Stay" or whatever.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah, he was in the back, and I'm sure he was taken care of. He definitely didn't go to the club. But again, like I'm just big on that because it looks cute on camera, but what is it like in real life behind the scenes? Like, you know, is it really ideal for a dog to be on the road with you? And if it is, I really hope, again, it's taken care of, and that's all I got to say about that.
I mean, yeah, it's also better than leaving your dog with a dog sitter for mad long, or leaving your dog.
Is it though?
She probably doesn't want to leave her dog.
I don't know.
She might as well take her dog with her, but
we don't know what, again,
the situation is, the
dog.
environment.
We don't know. But also, like, let's just say, for example, you have a nervous dog. Does that really, like, put them in a situation like that? Is
then
that really
a dog sitter? I guess would be the best.
That's what I'm saying.
But
we
then
don't know.
they would still be nervous with the dog sitter too.
But again, putting them in a highly, you know,
I agree with you.
Highly, you know, whatever. I don't even know what I'm saying anymore. Whatever. We're moving on from the dog. I don't want to talk about it.
Jesse getting mad about the dog.
I am, yo.
So they're on their way to the club, the same redundant shit, right? They're on the bus, and then Akbar is asking Summer, or whoever, I don't know if it was Akbar or someone else, what is Summer gonna do if that random girl, you know, comes and tries to find her again and attack her? It was Akbar, yeah. Right? And then, you know, Summer's just saying, fuck that bitch, she's a fucking weirdo, I don't really care about her, she can do whatever the fuck she wants, da-da-da-da. And then, you know, she mentions, in the midst of this, her little speech, she mentions how she took Mariah's spot.
Yeah, something about even Mariah can care. Like, yeah,
like even Mariah, like she took that bitch's spot, and then she was like, Mariah, who? You're like, Mariah.
Not Akbar saying Mariah Carey. Bitch, you know it's not Mariah Carey.
Like, bitch, shut the fuck up. Like, she pissed me off with that. Like, girl.
But then Natalie calls Mariah.
Literally so petty. So petty. So weird. Petty. Like, there was really, I guess her and Mariah are like great friends, quote unquote.
They're not friends, girl.
You know what it is.
Mariah's not friends with nobody.
They're fake friends. You know what it is. So anywho,
they're coworkers.
They're Hollywood friends. So, I mean, you know, she decides to call her, and then Mariah's like, enjoy your 15 minutes of fame. And I was just like, okay, like there was really no need for you to call Mariah. I mean, I really didn't care.
Mariah's like the ghost from Christmas past, always fucking coming up somehow.
No, for real. She's
can't
always
escape her.
No, for real. And she has the audacity to talk about, y'all want to see me back on Baddies. Like, no, nobody wants to see you back on Baddies. No. Nobody wants to see you back on Baddies. You're gone.
We're doing fine without you.
You saw Rolly said the reason why she's not, but Rolly talks a lot of shit. But I just want to say, Rolly was talking about the reason why Mariah's not back on Baddies anymore is because he was getting your ass beat too much. Zeus, they didn't want you back on because they felt sorry for you. That's an excuse.
I feel like that's something Zeus would tell Mariah just to get her off.
She was getting beat up. It was bad. It was busted eyes back to back.
But I don't think that's
it was
the
bloody
reason.
Face back to back. What other baddie had a bloody face that much though?
But what I'm saying is, I don't think that that's the reason why they got rid of her.
I agree.
They don't think
that's
they care
that's
that much.
That's a great reason.
It's a great excuse.
It's a great excuse.
You know why I say that? I think it's an excuse. It's an excuse I would say as a boss for sure. Mm-hmm, you know what? We really care about your health
to manipulate the situation.
Exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
And we really want you to take some time off.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I'm trying to get rid of your ass.
No, for real. For real. That's what it's giving. So the girls finally get to the club. Mm-hmm. It's a vibe. They seem like they're having a grand old time. They're on stage. It's the same old shit again. Each girl is performing. It's a vibe. The girls are twerking. They're having fun. Ivory comes in late. And bro, Ivory looked fucking scary.
She looked crazy.
Her eye looked crazy. She looked like an alien.
Big Lex did her, bro.
That's why she said these girls is tearing me up because you look wild. Like the eye looked like, even with makeup, I feel like it looked bad. Like she looked like an alien. I don't know how to explain that to you. Like her eyes just look fully black. And they just look scary. It looked like a combination between an alien and a pit bull. Like I don't know what she looked like.
But she made it to the club. And
she made it. And then the wig looked wild crazy. Like what the fuck?
Jasmine starts performing. That's her city. Right. So the crowd was singing her shit. Jasmine performs, but then Akbar. First of all, I didn't even know Akbar made music.
Yeah, she does.
I did
but
not
like,
know.
I don't really know most of her music like that. I mean, she was on Love and Hip Hop, so I guess, but I don't really know most of her music.
Yeah, so she starts rapping, and then the crowd. It could just be the way they filmed it, but it didn't look like the crowd.
The crowd was not fucking with her.
Yeah,
I feel like because we've been to these events, we could tell. So I'm looking at everybody's face. I'm looking at everybody's face in real time when she's there rapping, and it looked like they recorded you because like why not, right? But they look like they did not know what the fuck you were saying. They look like they were more in tune with Jasmine Renee than they were with Akbar. And that just, it looks like that.
And clearly DTB because they start
chanting DTB. That was
DTB,
so
DTB.
Is it crazy that we got that little interview with her too?
It's so
wild, right?
Shout outs to DTB, yo.
For real. Shout outs to her.
Yeah, she cool people.
Yeah, so then they start chanting her name. She comes out and I don't know, she starts talking about some whoop that hoe, whoop that hoe. Because
that's a song.
Right.
That's a song
she
that
starts
she
performing
got.
a song,
Yeah.
right? And I don't know why, I don't know where these two random bitches in the chorus start fighting.
Okay. I've been waiting to talk about this part because
you braced yourself. You said, okay.
Because I've been waiting to talk about this part. I thought it was interesting. For like, how many seasons in Baddies have we seen them perform? And not often do they show random people in the crowd fighting. It's usually has to do with either the talent, the baddies themselves, or someone threw something at the baddies, because they've never shown random people on the like. I feel like
they did show it though for East. They showed it.
Which one?
Baltimore. When they were fighting, the random people were fighting in the club and outside.
No, they don't show it.
I could have sworn
they
showed that.
They just tell you it happened. They show a little commotion, but they don't show it.
Well, they showed it for Baddies West in the club when these bitches started fighting.
When the shootout?
No, before the shootout.
But that was the same night of the shootout? Or
yes, that was the same night of the shootout.
Right, because that was content the way it ended. I'm saying all that to say, how many Baddies events have we been to where we've seen fights break out within the crowd and it was never broadcasted? In Baltimore, was it Baltimore we went to?
Baltimore, yes. There was a fight in the crowd.
There were like two fights.
There were two.
And they never broadcasted it. Yeah. They never showed it on air. There was a fight outside of the
when they were in New York.
Yes.
They didn't show that.
They didn't show that. There was another fight inside the club with E.T. and Biggie.
They didn't show that.
They didn't show that either.
That's right.
But I just found it so interesting that they showed this fight in particular.
Because she said whoop that hoe, so it made sense.
So, okay, so that was to fit the narrative?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Because it just felt like, you know what it felt like? It felt like it was a slow night. Like, yes, it was a sold out night, but there was no content. Because at the end of the day, what content was there? Like, they quickly, like, how many club scenes did we see between the last club scene and now? It wasn't much.
Then y'all went to the fucking, what is it called? Cider Mill?
Right. No, that was after.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay.
But what I'm saying is, as far as, like, they went to the booking, but there was no content to show. You know what I'm saying? The next scene, you're going to see Tesehki fall, so that's content. The other scene, some other girls fighting. This one in particular, I feel like they specifically chose that just because there was nothing really to show.
It was a dry
good
night.
It was a dry night between the talent.
Right.
You know what I mean? And that, what you saw there is literally the energy that Baddies attracts.
Yeah.
Just a bunch of people wanting to fight each other, thinking they're going to get their shot to fame, it feels like. It's fucking weird.
And then everyone's drunk, too. And then there's that energy.
I guess the combination.
It's the combination of that energy that they bring and then the, people being lit. And
you feel that, the difference. And I feel like I didn't really, like, you always knew there was a difference when you go to, but you really felt the difference when I went to a Jocelyn's event. How insanely different it is. And low key, y'all can call it for what it is. You see all the fucking like conspiracy signs in between all these shows, but like I low key feel like that show has gotten to the point where it really attracts that evil energy. It really does. And you feel it when you're there.
Yeah.
You feel it like, even like when you ever been to like a Travis Scott concert and you feel that ooh, that energy. It's like a dark energy. You cannot explain it.
Because that's the energy that they're putting out. So of course that's the energy you're gonna attract. I mean, we don't have to go into it too much, but that's really what it is. Especially when Natalie comes out. That bitch is a devil. Walking devil. As soon as she come out, all the demons come. All the little demons come. Yo, I'm telling you. That's what it feels like.
Yeah.
Because even the last time when she was announcing the blunts, right? The baddie blunts. She had like a whole pop-up thing in California.
Oh, the shooting.
And there was a shootout right when she came out. Like, it's always when Natalie, it's crazy. It's weird. When she comes out, it's like, it's extra dark. Like, extra. Like, you got to watch your back for real. And because people just act crazy.
And I want to just say, it's not just Natalie, because there's also figures like Stunner Girl who also attracts that type of energy. Tommy Lee attracts that type of energy. Let's call it for what it is.
That's true.
You know, and I give my prayers for her fast recovery. But at the end of the day, Tommy Lee, you know, attracts that. And she, you know, that's what happens when you are in that lifestyle. So.
Oh, you know about her being hospitalized.
Yep.
Okay. Well, that's an unfortunate situation. But
yeah,
moving on. So going on to the next, you know, the girls finally leave. Natalie says that she has a surprise activity for these girls, and you know, it's always something with her, right? So she tells the girls that they're going to be going to the cider mill and they're going to be picking apples and all this stuff. Is going to be cute. It's a cute activity since it's their last night in Detroit. They're on the bus and, you know, the girls are on their way. And Scotty and Natalie kind of get into a little altercation on the bus. And this whole thing with Emma comes up because Natalie claims that, you know, she likes Emma. She's cool with her.
Well, the reason why I came up was because Jayla mentioned it first. Jayla mentioned how Natalie's friends with the ops. And then Scotty's like, yeah, Natalie likes Emma. And then that's when Natalie said she likes Emma.
Right.
You know?
And that's when Scotty was like, you know, you're always friends with my ops, but as soon as I'm friends with your ops, you have a problem with it. And, you know, Natalie was just... And then she was saying how Natalie had unfollowed Scotty because something with DJ Sky. What did she say about DJ Sky?
She mentioned DJ Sky. It was basically, I don't really remember what she said, but basically insinuating that, you know, I don't know, the same kind of like referring to...
How do we both not remember what she said about DJ Sky?
I don't think it was that important. It was just basically like a simile as to what's happening with Emma.
Okay.
But she said there's no beef with DJ Sky.
Right. Okay. Well, yeah. So Scotty's mentioning that, and Natalie's getting upset. Like, well, you can stay unfollowed. Like, I just said I'm cool with Emma. Like, there's no problem. Da 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 da. And then Scotty's like, you know, you're getting mad at me, but Jayla just said it. Jayla just said it, and you're not saying anything to Jayla, but you're only saying something to me. So Scotty basically clocks Natalie. Oh my God. Scotty, it's a lot of the Scotty clocks Natalie for basically being a fake ass friend, which we always knew she was. And then at this point, Natalie is just getting super upset. And now she goes on to say this: I'm going to make her a star now because you're annoying. You're going to stay unfollowed. And I'm just like... Scotty, girl, I don't know how you do it, man. Like, this is why you have to have strong energy. Because this is why Natalie didn't say nothing to Jayla, because she know Jayla don't play like you.
Exactly.
Jayla don't play like you. But because you allow people to disrespect you, Natalie's going to disrespect you. There's a reason why she didn't say anything to Jayla, because she actually respects Jayla. She doesn't respect you.
Exactly.
I mean, get that through your fucking thick skull. Like, I don't get it.
And again, this goes back to the same thing. I low-key feel like Natalie hates Scotty because Scotty can now be on her own. Like, Scotty financially does not really need Natalie anymore. And I also feel like this is that shit that happens with these people who have power and money. They just dangle it over your head every time they can. That's not a real friend. Like,
yeah, no more jets, no more this, no more flights. Like, what the fuck?
But yeah, exactly. And this has been seen. This is like typical. But what I found very interesting about her saying that was the fact that when Natalie unfollowed Scotty, it became a thing on the internet. And I feel like they know that. That's why they do it. They do it to push this narrative that's going online right now, right? To push the narrative of the show. But Natalie was also caught hanging out with Emma.
Which I saw.
And the internet was like, oh, look at Natalie. She's trying to, replace Scotty. And Natalie went online and said, y'all are dragging it. She went online and said, I like baddies. I like my baddies. I try to make everybody a winner, da-da-da-da-da. You say all that. You made it seem like we were the ones tripping, but then you say shit like that. You know what I mean?
That was before the show.
Exactly.
So.
Exactly, which confirmed it right then and there. This was shot before the show.
Right.
I can see where your mindset is at already. Now you're telling me months later that you're doing all this and you have no intentions?
Right, exactly.
You're being shady, bitch. You know what you're doing.
Yeah, she's smart. She's not a dumb bitch. So, I mean, that was very weird. And I was just like, you know what, Scotty, you're just going to continue to be disrespected.
Exactly.
I wish you the best. I don't give a fuck. Anywho, Natalie then goes on to say that she's going to pick out some baddies to do a song. And this, I'm just like, she said she wants to work on doing a baddie song and, doing something for the Baddies franchise and all this stuff. And
that was here? That was in this scene?
Mm-hmm.
You
it
sure?
was. They were on the bus.
Oh.
And then that's when Jayla claims that Akbar is the best rapper.
No, that was Rolly. Rolly said that.
Rolly said that, and then Jayla got up and was like, yeah, y'all not fucking with Akbar, da-da-da-da, ATL, da-da-da. And then that's when Biggie and her start having this stupid rap beef. Anywho, I just zoned past that. But Natalie is what started all of that. She said that she's going to pick out some girls to come with her to the studio, work on a song, and, we can perform everywhere we go, and it could be a thing. Like, it could be a part of the Baddies, which, I mean, it's not a bad idea. It's not a bad idea. I could see it going viral and going far because, hello, people love Baddies, right?
Ain't that what the bad boys try to do?
Yeah, but they not going places. Like, they not going as far as Baddies pose for me. You feel me? Like, I feel like you hear Baddies and it's different. Like, what was their song again? I don't even remember.
I don't even know. I definitely don't. Don't look at me.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know. But she's going to try to do that with the girls. And, some of the girls can rap. So, I mean, I guess. I don't really care. What did you think about her even saying that?
I didn't give a fuck. I don't even think it's a real thing, to be honest. I don't believe
she's
her.
Just chatting?
I think she's just saying that to start beef. It's a great way to get bitches to fight each other because they're all gonna want to be on the show. It's not her first rodeo. You saw it when they did it with Bad Boys. They was all fucking beefing on who was gonna make it onto the fucking song. So it's
That's true.
It seems
to
like just
incite beef because she's not picking all of them.
It's a recycled, trick in the book almost.
Right,
what I mean? So I didn't really give a fuck. I just thought it was interesting that Biggie got tight at the fact that Akbar was Rolly said Akbar was the best rapper here.
Yeah, I know. Biggie started throwing shade, talking about, well, that was back then, not now, 2024. So what are we really talking about? And I was like, oh my God.
Talking about B.I.G.R.I.P. Akbar started fucking spitting.
First of all, that was the funniest shit. I was cracking up because Akbar, why did you decide that this was the moment to have a rap battle with Biggie on the bus? Like, you really said, yeah, I'm a rap for it. Like, what? You really said I'm a rap battle for this spot. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
How many producers you submitted that to?
Talking about B.I.G. What are you talking about? Like, I didn't even know what you were talking about. But then Biggie trying to rap back at her, but I couldn't tell if it was a freestyle or she was actually talking. I didn't know what was going on. I was like, this is stupid.
That shit was random.
Y'all really rap battling on the bus is crazy. Like, I've never seen that. That was comedy. That was pure entertainment. That was great. After the stupid little rap battle, the girls finally get to the cider mill and, they're introduced by this lady that seems very hyped to see them. Mm-hmm. She's telling them about everything with the donut. She's telling them about the cider. She's telling them that they're going to be in separate groups and, saying that the mill has a lot to offer. Right. So it's so funny because Summer in her confessional, she said we in Trump territory. That had me
crying because you know that feeling.
Yeah,
you know that feeling when you were like, oh shit.
Yeah, but it also shows that Summer never left the hood because if you've left and you've experienced other places, then you would be used to that feeling. But because you haven't, this is your first experience with that feeling. So I thought that was hilarious because it's true. I remember when I first went into AKA Trump territory, my first time my entire life, you feel that shit. You feel that shit.
I was gonna
crazy.
say, you still feel it. Whether how many times I've been in that shit, it still feel the same. You still be like, ooh.
It doesn't feel as when it's your first time though. Because I remember my first rodeo, like it felt crazy. Like I feel like now, yeah, you feel it, but you're like, all right, here we go. Like, time for the bullshit. But the first time hits different, I feel like. But yeah, the girls are about to start the activity because they get split up into groups, right? Out of nowhere, Bad Dolly pushes Anna.
Talking about, and before we go,
I got smoke with you. I was so confused because I was like, yeah, y'all didn't even start the activity yet.
She must have been drunk because she got a cup.
She had I was thinking that because I was like the red cup in the hand. Like you must have been lit and angry off that liquor. I don't know what she was drinking, but she pushes her and then they start arguing. And then Tesehki tries to diffuse the situation. Okay. So she's like, what the fuck? Like how the hell did this even start? What the fuck? So she's like putting her hand in between them at first. Then after that, it still keeps going. It just keeps escalating. And then Tesehki decides to push Bad Dolly. Like, I don't know why she would even do that, but whatever. She pushed her, and then Bad Dolly throws the drink on her, and then that's when they start fighting. But in the midst of that, Bad Dolly turns her back. Why would you turn your back on Tesehki?
She threw the drink and then turned her back.
Why would you turn your back on Tesehki?
Yeah, that was weird. I didn't get that.
Like, you should have been ready right then and there because you threw the drink. I'm thinking you threw the drink as a diversion to go bop, bop, bop. But you just proved me wrong. You turned your back and was walking the other way.
Like that was going to be it.
Like, what sense did that make? Like, that literally made no sense to me. I was so confused. I was like, all right, y'all definitely need to get y'all rematch because this is not it. You think they're going to get a rematch?
I don't know.
But I don't know either.
Tesehki definitely taught her a lesson per usual. Didn't expect anything otherwise. But what I thought was interesting was after the fight, DTB went over there to trauma bond with fucking Bad Dolly, talking about we
start scared bitches, we get in the paint, we get in the field, and they were like, yo, what the fuck is DTB doing? Rolly's like, she's trolling as usual. And I'm like, no, for real, like she really just be doing shit. She just be saying shit just to say it. Like, I don't know what's I don't know. I really don't. But it's so interesting because now the girls are going in to see the donut making process. And of course, Emma is in Scotty's group. And Emma was the one to press the button. And it's so funny because all the other girls are just watching. Rolly makes a comment about that in her confessional. Like, I was mad that Emma got to be the one to press it, not me. And I'm just like, is that Natalie's way of starting to make Emma a star? Like, who knows? Maybe not. Maybe it's not that deep, but who the fuck knows? Okay. Cause even after the show, Emma's hanging out with Natalie. So we'll see now that she no longer has Scotty anymore. So we will see, right? Natalie's group is going in to go to the cider area of things. And before they even get in, Pretty P out of nowhere starts with Tink.
Again.
And it's just so random. Like, what are we talking about? Can you enjoy the damn fucking cider mill?
I don't know.
Can you have fun, bitch? You see what I'm saying? Like, y'all doing a cute activity, very cute, and you can't even go in and enjoy it. You don't want cider? You don't want apple cider? Like, you don't want to pick no apple? Like, you don't want to enjoy nothing cute?
You don't want no candied apple?
You don't want no candied apple? Caramel apple? You don't want to enjoy that? You just want to fight at the cider mill?
It's one thing if you had something valid to fight about, but I don't know what the issue was.
I'm sorry, I'm enjoying the cider mill, okay? And then we could fight later.
No.
We could fight later.
I didn't know what the
Let
issue
me
was.
Eat my caramel apple. We could fight later.
She was calling Tink ugly and shit.
It was so stupid.
I don't even know what the issue. Like, what
it was so random. Even Tink was quiet and was like, what the fuck are we talking about?
And that's what I gotta say. Tink handled it. She was very patient for a bit, but Pretty P was poking the bear and kept fucking doing the most. Yeah. And then Tink had enough.
And then Tink popped her. And that was it. And then they fought. And then after that, security separated Pretty P, Tink, and Summer. I don't know where Summer. DTB
in the distance like a linebacker. Ooh, 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 boo. what is wrong with DTB, bro? What is wrong with you, girl? I love you, but what is wrong with you?
Bro, DTB out of nowhere. And why was it so long for her to run up? Like, she ran in slow motion. Like, why was you running mad slow?
I saw it from a mile away. I'm like,
even
yo,
when
what?
they had the playback and they had the nerve to play that shit back in slow motion, it was even slower. Because, bitch, you already ran in slow motion. Like, we saw you coming for dumb long.
You know what's funny is that when it was happening, I'm like, wait, it's like, you know, that's how long I had to like actually take it in.
First of all, she didn't even lift her legs up when she ran. Like, that's how slow she was running, yo. And then she out of nowhere just sneaks her again. I'm like, yo, why do you keep doing this? Like, why can't you just fight her head on at this point?
You good?
Like, what is going on? Like, that was so random. I was like, all right, DTB, you play too much at this point. This is crazy.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't like sneaking, but that shit was funny.
That shit had me weak. I'm sorry, because why was you running in slow motion like that? Like, I can't. And
From mad far. Like, you
weren't even close.
You wasn't even here.
Like, why are you...
How did you even see
like, why are you jumping in right now? Like, from mad far, for real.
Whoa.
Then I don't know where Summer decides she wants to take it up with her too. But that doesn't get into anything. They just are arguing back and forth. And then, you know, security separates Pretty P. And then the girls go into the cider mill. They
Tink,
left Pretty P outside.
DTB and Natalie go in. Tink and DTB start singing.
You can get it with my baddie friends.
That's my song.
Like,
I like that song.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that shit was funny. Because she really didn't get in with her baddie friends.
She really did not. I was like, yo,
I mean, that's what
crazy.
she get for starting shit.
Yeah, she did too much. It was unnecessary. Like, enjoy a fucking candied apple, bitch, and drink some hard cider and call it a fucking day.
And to be honest with you, Pretty P kind of like fucked herself because last season, the new girls would never hang out with Natalie. None of the new girls had the opportunity to hang out with Natalie in their groups or anything like that. So the fact that you had that opportunity and you wasting it
on fighting, like, you should be being cool and trying to get in.
If that's what you were trying to do, right?
Right. But everything is just fighting. And that's what I'm saying. Like, you're not even showing that you're lit. Like, you can't even show that the other girls would want to hang out with you again. Like, everything is just a fight. Like, are you funny? Like, what else is there to you? You're boring.
For sure.
Everything is fight mania. Like, bitch, what the fuck? Like, it's Fight Central, Fight Club, WrestleMania, boxing. Like, girl, bye.
So, yeah, so then we go back to the bus. And this is where Scotty starts talking shit about Emma and was like, she calls me boring, but you in the back. You not out here. And, you know, this whole time, Scotty, you watching the show, you already know she's talking her shit. And the thing that I really don't understand about Scotty is that, Scotty, you are the most OG out of a lot of the OGs, okay? You have been,
since Baddies South.
Since Baddies South. Like, there is no need to be proving or trying to prove yourself. I feel like she's trying to prove that she's not boring, that she is the Scotty, that, you know, the it girl, whatever. And it's like, why do you keep bringing up Emma? It looks kind of bad. Like, you don't need to tell me that you're not boring, because at the end of the day, yeah, I mean, that has been a criticism that people have said, but you know yourself at the end of the night. Like, you go to sleep with yourself at the end of the night.
Well, clearly she don't know herself, and that's why she's doing it. We know that Scotty is insecure, okay? We know that Natalie also gets on her as well for not standing on business like she did the last season, which is why Scotty even called out Gretch to begin with. You know, Natalie is always telling her, like, you're not standing up for yourself. You're not doing this the same way they're doing the biggie. So, of course, she's going to feel like, I need to do my big one. I'm not soft. I'm not this. I'm not a lapdog. I'm sure that gets to her, even though she knows fans are going to be fans. It gets to her.
Clearly.
It does. And she feels that she has to prove herself, because she knows in her head, she's telling herself that she's not fucking worthy. Okay?
It'd be one thing if Emma was coming for her again, but Emma was literally in the back.
Yeah, that's
unannounced. Like, no one even mentioned her.
I agree. Literally was like, in the back.
Bro, like, you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I just feel like you're too pretty to be trying to convince me that you are who you are. Like, should own that, and you shouldn't have to say it so loud where you're fucking bringing up Emma's name when she's not bringing you up. You should only be bringing up Emma's name when Emma brings you up. Like, you know what I mean?
No, for real.
You're bringing up this girl, this new girl and you're giving her clout.
You are.
You're giving her that power she wants.
You are.
Like, even she said, like, you know, why do you keep bringing me up? You're worried about me. That's what it feels like.
Yeah. And then, of course, you know, Emma comes up to the front and they start going back and forth on this damn bus.
I thought it was a little shady that Tink went to go get her.
Oh, yeah.
Like, why did Tink
But that's Natalie right there.
Tink went to go get her, was like, oh, this is my girl. She Colombian. Oh, no, Peruvian.
She's Cuban.
Cuban, whatever. And then, you know what I'm saying? I was like, all right, Tink, you move funny. You're very funny. You're really
at the end of the day, they are coworkers. This is a show. I'd probably get her ass too. Like, let's be real. You don't fuck with her. You saying all this shit and she's not here to defend herself. Let's bring out Emma. Emma's here now, guys. Scotty, what do you want to say? Especially since, Scotty, you're not my boss.
Yeah, I guess.
Natalie, who treats you like shit, is my boss. Yeah. So let's really be for real.
Yeah,
I'd probably call out Emma too. What the fuck? Let's talk about it.
The thing is, they don't respect Scotty, and that's really what it is.
No, right. Mm-hmm. But like, let's talk about it. I mean, yeah, it was shady, but to be honest, Tink and Scotty are not best friends.
Yeah, no, I agree.
You talking as if they best friends.
No. I'm not. I'm just saying this goes to show, like, this is just demonstrating who Tink is. Also, like,
it's just the show. That's what the energy is. No, none of these bitches is your friends for real.
True.
Like, you're there to get money, and that's it. You're not there to owe loyalty to anyone. Like, y'all bitches didn't save my life. Did you give me your kidney? No.
Yeah, that don't even matter, because look what Selena Gomez did to the person who gave her hers. So that don't even matter. But yeah, so that was interesting. I think Scotty needs to stop being so worried about Emma.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, we all know Scotty is insecure. That's why she acts the way she acts, and that's why she gets treated the way she does. She don't love herself.
She talks about, oh, I'm trying to help her in a way.
Trying to help who?
She said that in the confessional.
About Emma?
Yes.
Help her with what?
Exactly. She said, I'm trying to help her in a way. What does
help
that even
her
mean?
With what? What are you trying to help her with?
I don't know. Y'all tell Tiana.
I didn't even see that.
Yeah.
We watched it together and I didn't even see that or hear that shit. Help Emma with what, bitch? Like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
Oh my God.
And then they cut to the scene with Bad Dolly
and Summer get back to the house because they're not in the bus.
Mm-hmm.
They go back separately.
Mm-hmm.
These bitches look crazy in the house, fucking
jumping up and down.
Bad Dolly took the wig off. Summer got her bonnet on.
They pep talking each other
up hella high. We're ready for these bitches to come back in the house because they want to fight. They want their rematch. You know, out of nowhere, Pretty P comes right back in, following right after, immediately goes to Summer. Her and Summer start fighting. Summer, she can't fight, but she does a little something. Then Bad Dolly talking about, I get it. My bitch talk a lot of shit, but she can't fight. That bitch can't fight. That hoe can't fight. And so then Pretty P wanted to run it again with Summer, but it's like, all right, there's no reason to run it again. You know, so that's when Bad Dolly decides to just fight her. Because it's like, you had your ones already. What's the point of wanting it again? You already did what you did. You know Summer can't fight. It's over. It's done. They start fighting, and that is essentially where the episode ends. So the next episode takes us in to see like what's going to happen when the rest of these girls come back. Apparently Tink and Pretty P fight too, or no? I don't remember.
All I remember is one really funny part where Biggie was like, "Ya me tiene harta."
Oh my God, Akbar. Biggie gets into it with Akbar and Jaden. That's right.
I'm not gonna lie, that shit made me laugh because that's how I be looking at Akbar too. "Ya me tiene harta." Just shut the fuck up.
Yo, it's so funny. So yeah, we see Biggie get into her altercation with Jaden and Akbar, and then we see the girls at the skating rink. That's their whole activity, and we see the whole spiel. So I mean, that is pretty much it of this Baddies recap.
It's a lot.
It was a lot. I don't even know why it felt like it was so much.
Yeah, but tell us what y'all think about this recap. Did we miss something? Do y'all agree? Mm-hmm. Do y'all disagree? Mm-hmm. Y'all know we love to hear what you guys have to say. Shout out to Australia. Shout out to Sweden.
Shout out to the UK.
Shout out to New York. Shout out to the US.
Shout out to all y'all.
Shout out to everybody that tunes in.
Shout out to South or North Carolina. Yeah. One.
Shout out to all of y'all that tune in every motherfucking week. That
for real.
Show us love. We love you guys. Honestly, without y'all, there is no conversation, there is no community. And yeah, so that's it.
Yeah, that's pretty much it. Definitely comment what you guys think. Again, like she said, if we miss anything, comment below. If you notice something that stood out to you, comment that below as well. If you want to just say hi, comment that too. And with that being said, where can they find you?
You guys can find me on Instagram. That's JESSI.strange. And where can they find you, Tiana?
You guys can find me on Instagram at randommania1. You guys can find us on Instagram at where?
The Petty Headquarters.
Okay, the Petty Headquarters.
On all platforms, baby.
Period. Mm-hmm. Spotify, Apple, Google, wherever you get your podcast from, we are on there. We are on YouTube. We release episodes every Tuesday at 4 p.m. Petty Headquarters. It is very simple. And with that being said, this was your weekly dose of mess.